The knock came 5 minutes early, sharp, unexpected, the kind that makes your heart jump before your mind can catch up, and Daniel froze in the middle of adjusting his tie, suddenly certain that whatever waited behind that door was about to change his life in a way no blind date ever could. He had rehearsed this night in his head all week. After 2 years of being just Ethan's dad, and the dependable employee who never says no, tonight was supposed to be different. The apartment smelled faintly of pasta and nervous hope. His phone buzzed on the counter with a message from the babysitter. Ethan was asleep, his math test anxiety finally eased. Daniel smiled, took a breath, and walked to the door, expecting an awkward hello, a polite smile, maybe the start of something new. Instead, when he opened it, the woman standing there looked back at him with eyes full of history, pain, and unfinished sentences. He knew her instantly, even though he had only seen her in framed photos on his boss's desk. This was Claire Morgan, his boss's ex-wife. And she was crying. For a moment, neither of them spoke. The hallway light flickered, casting shadows that made the silence heavier. Claire wiped her face quickly, as if embarrassed to be seen like this, then laughed softly, a broken sound. "I know how this looks," she said. "And I swear I wouldn't be here if I had anywhere else to go." Daniel's mind raced, images of office rumors, power dynamics, and disaster collided, but before he could answer, she added, "I just needed someone who didn't already hate me." He stepped aside without fully understanding why. Maybe it was the single father in him, the part that couldn't turn away someone in distress. Maybe it was loneliness recognizing loneliness. Claire walked in slowly, glancing around the modest apartment, at the toys tucked neatly into a corner, the framed drawing on the wall that said "Best Dad Ever." Her shoulders sagged. "You really did build a life," she said quietly. They sat at opposite ends of the couch at first, strangers bound by a man who wasn't there. Claire spoke in pieces, as if afraid to say too much at once. The divorce hadn't just ended a marriage, it had erased her place in the world she helped build. Friends took sides. Invitations stopped coming. Even her own reflection felt unfamiliar. "Your boss," she said, voice tight. He moved on with dignity. "I moved on with blame." Daniel listened, not as an employee, but as someone who understood what it meant to be reduced to a label: single dad, failed husband, expendable. When she finally noticed the small table set for two, candles already lit, she flushed. "I ruined your night." Daniel shook his head. "It was just a blind date," he said, surprising himself with how little that mattered now. This seems more real." They talked until the candles burned low, about loss, about children who ask questions you can't answer, about the quiet fear that maybe the best part of your life is already behind you. When Claire stood to leave, steadier than before, she paused at the door. "Thank you for not seeing me as a scandal," she said. Daniel watched her go, unaware that the story between them had only just begun. The next time the knock came, days later, softer this time, Daniel hesitated, already sensing that his carefully ordered world was shifting again, and that this time, he might not want to stop it.